Yo, what up, y'all? All right, so today, man, we finally are doing this video here, y'all, and that is the PlayStation Pulse Explorers here versus the Sony Inzone Buds. And it is time to finally set the record straight, or better yet, which one of these has the best audio as well as features, because let's be honest, that's really why we're here, and that's what you guys here want to know. Well, if you guys are looking for that answer, man, trust me, by the end of this video, you will know that, and you're going to know a whole lot more, because we're getting ready to go deep, baby. Let's dive in. Now, this is a video here, man, that I personally been wanting to make for a long time, ever since Sony actually came out with the Sony Inzone Buds, because I was just as confused as y'all. I was like, why is PlayStation coming out with a pair of earbuds when Sony also just released one as well? Well, listen, I got the answer to that as well, so that's gonna be coming up here in this video. Now, as far as some of you guys out there, you guys may know that I've had the Inzone Buds here for longer. I've had these since October, and I've been literally using these every single day since these came out. And recently, I've been also testing the PlayStation Pulse Explorers since these came out this week or last week on December 6th. I've been testing these out every single day because I wanted to make sure I had enough information to give you guys my honest, raw thoughts and opinions on which one that I feel like you guys should spend your money on, your ducats, your shillings, your skrilla, all of that. So let's talk about it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it, man. Now, the first thing I wanna go ahead and get out of the way and kind of talk about with these, and that has to deal with the pricing, because literally this is usually one of the more bigger deciding factors on which one people are gonna honestly buy and spend their money on. But when it comes to these are literally the same price. They both are gonna set your wallets back for $200. Now, I know what you guys might be saying to yourself, well, damn, see, kids, $200, that's a whole lot of money. Well, don't get me wrong, man. I do understand where you guys are coming from, and yes, it is a whole lot of money, but I also gotta be fair. Most top tier over-the-ear gaming audio headphones are pretty much gonna cost you that much. Like, for example, my Astro A40s that I got right here, right? With the mix amp, these bad boys set me back about $230. And these here were my go-tos in 2020. And you guys already know, when we was all locked up in the house with nothing to do, I was on that Call of Duty, man, running around Verdansk literally every single night. Like, look, man, you can tell, like, these bad boys, I got war rooms on there, man. You can see the paint peeling off and all of that. Hey, we done been to war with these bad boys. Or let's say you got the SteelSeries Arctic Nova Pros, then with those are gonna run you about $300. So when you compare good sounding audio, $200, if I'm just being honest, is actually a fair marketed price in my opinion. Just be aware that everything that I'm getting ready to tell you guys in this video is based off of that $200 price tag. Although, I do feel like, and I'm just gonna say this up front, I do feel like the Pulse Explorers are a little bit overpriced. I feel like these should be somewhere around $150 max, but we're gonna get into that here a little later in this video. Now, the next thing that we gotta talk about during my testing, and that has to deal with the battery life, and I do feel like this is gonna be the second, this is gonna be the second most important thing when it comes to making the decision, and hands down, the winner to me when it comes to this is the Sony Inzone Buds. When I say that these things right here are the king of battery life when it comes to gaming earbuds, listen, bro, ain't nothing touching these. When they say that these are rated for 12 plus hours, they ain't lying, y'all. I can easily get through an entire gaming session. I ain't talking rookie 2 to 3 hour gaming session numbers. I'm talking 8 plus 9 hours of gaming, man. Yeah, like your boy, we get it in over here. Don't judge me. We play hard over here. But I say that because with all of the gameplay that I do with these, man, these have been rock solid. Although, I gotta be honest and real with you guys, man, there was a time here recently where I'm not sure if it's a user error or if it's something happening with these earbuds, but what I noticed was anytime that I have the ear tip on here and I put these into the case, sometimes the pin connector does not touch and it doesn't allow the earbud to actually charge, and I never see this light here actually come on like you just saw right here. The front light never came on. But when I actually take the ear tip off and I put these in here, every single time the light is actually gonna come on, as you see right there, and now the earbud is charging. This only happens with the left one, so I'm not sure if maybe this pin here or how it's designed is not fit properly, but for me, what I do is now I'll just put my ear tip in here, and then I'll just put the earbud on there and let it charge, and then I just sit the ear tip in the center, and then I'm good to go, and I close it down, and now it's charging. So this is something that I want you guys to be aware of that could potentially happen if one of your earbuds is not actually charging, then that's most likely gonna be the reason. Now, I'm gonna be honest, it's not the best experience that I do have to take that ear tip off in order for me to be able to charge it, but at least it is something that, you know, I was able to figure out and pass that information along to you guys. But even with that, trust me, man, when it comes to battery life, these bad boys, I feel like they ain't dying on you not one bit. However, when it does come to the Pulse Explorers, I've been testing these here every day since I've gotten them, and they are rated for about 5 hours. And I just feel like this is true. In my testing, I would get somewhere around 4.5 to 5 hours, depending on my usage. But literally, you're not getting over 5 hours. Literally 5 hours is the max. It's capped right there. Now, to be fair, most gamers out there is only gonna be gaming maybe 4 to 5 hours max at a time. Again, I told you, I'm part of the 1% out here. I get it in. But even with these gaming for 4 to 5 hours, I'm pretty much happy with that because it often reminds me that maybe I'm gaming for too long. Maybe I need to get off the game, maybe go do something more constructive with my life. Maybe, go get some work done or something like that. So I would say, depending on the type of gaming you guys are, it's actually going to determine which gaming earbuds is probably going to be the right ones for you. If you're the type of person that don't really want to worry about battery life on a gaming pair of earbuds, then 100%, the Sony Inzone Buds is gonna be the right ones for you. But let's say you're the type of person, you like to cap your gameplay at somewhere around 4 to 5 hours, whereas this is gonna kind of force you to maybe get off the game and go be productive in life, then the Pulse Explorers might actually be the better option for you. So honestly, battery life is really gonna depend on the type of person that you are. Now, the next thing that we gotta talk about before we actually get into talking about audio quality on this, because I do feel like that's the number one thing, but the next thing that I feel like is super important, and that is going to be connectivity. Because if these bad boys don't connect to my portal or connect to my PS5, then what we talking about? Now, let's go ahead and start with the Pulse Explorers here because I'm giving these the slight edge over the Inzone Buds. When it comes to connecting these up to my PlayStation portal or my PlayStation, it's super seamless. The PS5 here, I just take my dongle here, plug it right into the back, press the link on here, and I'm good to go in this pair. When it comes to my PlayStation portal, all I gotta do, press and hold the link button on here for 8 seconds, press this button here, boom, it's gonna link up, no problem. But one issue that I do gotta mention when it comes to the Pulse Explorers, and that has to deal with this whole PlayStation Link's range. The PS Link range, y'all, is terrible. It is not good by any means. For example, let's say like you in a game chat with your crew and your homies or whatever, and you say, yo, I need to run to the next room real quick. I'm gonna go grab a water or something like that. And you wanna keep these in your ear, and keep talking to your friends. Well, in my space and my testing, if I walk away from my PS5 behind me, maybe 10 or 15 feet, the connection is lost every single time. Now, to be fair, all you guys got to do to pair them back up once you get back in range is just press the little link button here on the bottom of them, and then boom, it's going to connect right up, no problem. But even with having to do that, I just feel like this whole PlayStation Link technology was supposedly supposed to be better than normal Bluetooth. But to me, it feels like the range is nowhere near on the level of what I'm getting out of these right here. And I'm gonna talk about that here in a second. Now, one thing that I did notice with the Pulse Explorers here that I also gotta mention when it comes to connectivity is sometimes have experienced some drop connections. Now, is this something that happens often? No, it doesn't happen often at all. It's honestly not even like a factor when it comes to maybe you guys thinking about buying these or not, but it is something that I wanted to mention. Even when it drops every now and then, it does come back super fast to the point where it's literally like a quick blimp. Now, the one thing that I do feel like is a major W when it comes to the Pulse Explorers, when it comes to connectivity, is the ability to Bluetooth this to your smartphone via Bluetooth, regardless of the type of phone that you have. And the reason why I say the type of phone that you guys have is because these right here have a whole different Bluetooth connectivity, which we're gonna talk about. So if you guys have an iPhone or an Android, you can literally connect the Pulse Explorers up to your phone simultaneously while it's connected to your PS5 or your PlayStation portal, meaning that it will automatically mix the audio coming from your phone, whether it's music or whether you guys are on a phone call, and it's gonna mix that audio from your PS5 gameplay all in together as one piece of audio, and it is smooth and seamless. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, CK, how do I control the volume from my game audio to my phone audio? How this actually works is the volume rockers on your earbuds here only works for the gaming audio in itself coming from your PS5 console. Whereas if you guys want to be able to control the volume coming from your phone, you will have to use the normal volume rockers that comes on that device. But to me, when it comes to connectivity, I feel like the multi-connection between devices is a huge selling point and is a W when it comes to these buds right here. Now, when it comes to the Inzone Buds, let's go ahead and dive into these when it comes to connectivity. These, to me, 1000% are the king of Bluetooth range when it comes to being connected to your PS5. I literally legit can walk away from my PS5 here. I can go upstairs, I can go outside, and these bad boys are still gonna be connected. Like whatever Bluetooth range extension hardware that is built into this little bitty dongle right here, I promise you, y'all, it is goated. Being able to just tell the squad, listen, I'm gonna go grab something to drink real quick, and I can stay on the whole chat with them and still be able to interact is dope. Definitely can't do that with the Pulse Explorers by any means. And I just love that I can do that with these. However, where these actually fall short is not being able to directly connect these to your PlayStation Portal. And to be honest with y'all, I don't really feel like that is the Inzone Buds' fault. I think it's more of PlayStation blocking the whole Bluetooth technology from working, because honestly, I feel like if Bluetooth was on the Portal, these would pair up and work just fine. Now, the reason why I do feel like they did this is because PlayStation somewhat knew, in the back of their mind, they knew that there could possibly be other earbuds or other audio peripherals that's out there that would definitely blow past these without a doubt. And for those of you guys out there that might be wondering, can this USB-C plug right into your PlayStation Portal and be able to connect these buds up to it? No, it won't work. Trust me, I tried it every which way and it did not work. Now, the only way that you guys can actually use the Inzone Buds with your PlayStation Portal, I talked about it in this video right up here, is that you have to plug in this dongle here into your PS5, and you're gonna be able to pull in your audio, since that audio is still coming from your PS5, and you can just mute your PlayStation Portal, and just like that, you're gonna be good to go. Now, the only downside when it comes to using these with the Portal is that if you decide to take the Portal outside of your home, and from that reason it won't work, because obviously it's only using Bluetooth with these, and this here obviously has its own proprietary PlayStation Link technology that only works with the Pulse Explorers. Now, another downside to the Inzone Buds here, which is a move that I'm gonna be honest, I don't really agree with, but I do understand why they did it. So the Inzone Buds here connect to devices using Bluetooth LE, which if you guys don't know, LE stands for low energy mode, which helps you actually get that crazy 12+ hour battery life, or even 24 hours if you guys have a Bluetooth to your phone. Now, the only phones that support Bluetooth LE are Android devices, meaning that if you guys have an iPhone 14, iPhone 13, or anything below an iPhone 15, you cannot connect these up to your iPhone, because iPhones do not support Bluetooth LE. It only supports just your normal regular Bluetooth mode. But if you guys have an iPhone 15 that uses the new USB-C port, you can now plug in this dongle here right into your iPhone 15 and above, and it's gonna connect no problems. But here's the downside to that, right? Now, this is actually plugged into your phone and not plugged into your console anymore, meaning that you're no longer able to pull gaming audio, which I actually wanna mention is something that you're not actually able to do when it comes to these, is multi-simultaneous connection between multiple devices like you can with the Pulse Explorers, which is kind of a bummer that you can't do multi-connection with these, but you still would have to use the dongle to be able to plug this into an iPhone 15 in order for this to actually work. But if you guys, let's say for example, you got an Android and you Android gang out there, or you Android squad, then you're good to go. You just Bluetooth connect these up to your phone just like you normally would anything else. But I will say, pairing these up to my PS5 or pairing these up to an Android device has been super simple. Like usually I'll use something like let me grab it real quick. I'll use my Google Pixel 8 Pro here to be able to plug these into, and it works no problem with no issue. So if you guys are trying to decide based off of connectivity which one you guys should buy, honestly, it's tough for me, because on one hand, I actually love the fact that I can connect the Pulse Explorers here to any smartphone and pull in the call audio or pull in my music audio if I'm playing music or something like that. And I can also pull in my gaming audio from my PS5 all at the same time, and it is mixed all well for me, no problem. But then on the other hand, I'm kind of like, well, I love the Bluetooth range that I get on the Inzone Buds here. I just hate the fact that I can't actually use this with my iPhone because of the whole Bluetooth LE that I just told you guys about that uses that, because it helps to preserve the battery life. And again, I get that, but if I had to give like the edge to one of these, then I probably would go with the Pulse Explorers. I just feel like it offers more from a connectivity standpoint over something like the Inzone Buds, although the Inzone Buds have better Bluetooth range. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention that you can use both of these with the PC if you guys are PC gang. And with the Inzone Buds, all you guys got to do is on this dongle, you just flip this little switch to PC, and then boom, just like that, you're gonna be good to go. Now, this next area, man, it is time that we finally get into it, and that is the audio quality. This is by far the #1 reason that will be the deciding factor on which one of these you should actually go with. And my pick for this, hands down, y'all, has to be the Sony Inzone Buds. And it is only because of one area in the audio quality department. So let's go ahead and break this down real quick. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about this here for a second. So Sony Electronics and PlayStation, they literally operate as two separate companies. Although PlayStation is under the Sony brand, I get that. There's Sony Electronics that you guys will see products like the WF-1000XM5s, TVs, AV receivers, portable Bluetooth speakers, sound bars, home entertainment, surround sound, speaker setups, and all of that, right? Then you got PlayStation, which handles all of the gaming components of Sony, which has gotten so big that it literally operates as its own company just under that Sony umbrella and that Sony brand, if that makes sense. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because people were actually wondering, and include myself, in the beginning, I was wondering, I'm like, why did Sony release the Sony Inzone Buds when they also knew that the PlayStation Pulse Explorers were also coming out? Seemed kind of odd, right? Well, that's the reason, because you have Sony Electronics and you got PlayStation. They operate as two separate companies. So hope that added some context to that question. The other reason why I actually brought that up and broke that down to you guys was because Sony Inzone Buds come from the Sony Electronics side, which specializes in Sony's top tier audio division, as well as those teams. Literally, it has the same drivers in these that's in Sony's top of the line earbuds, which are the WF-1000XM5s, which are goated, and those cost $50 more than these right here. And they sound amazing. If you guys have never heard them, I promise you, get a pair, you will not be disappointed. And when I tell you, when you put these Inzone Buds in your ear, the deep bass levels, y'all, as well as the clarity and just amazing, immersive audio experience that comes out of these is fire, y'all. And you're not gonna wanna wear anything else when you try these bad boys for the first time. I promise you. Now, when it comes to the Pulse Explorers, after you guys have found the right ear tips and you've properly figured out how to actually wear these freaking things, which is a whole nother issue because PlayStation don't even give you any type of instructions on how to properly wear these bad boys, which I honestly feel like that's a problem, or they should include some type of instructions how to properly wear these. But anyway, after I found out how to actually wear them right, because I definitely wore them wrong in this video right up here, but these actually sound pretty good when you guys are actually wearing them right, and I can see myself definitely running, you know, a few games with these on. Now, these are actually using planar magnetic drivers, in which these are studio grade level drivers, which are supposed to actually give you better audio quality. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, although they sound decent and they growing on me, I just felt like it focuses more on the mids and more on the highs for great clarity, but it doesn't really give you that same level of immersive bass that I personally like whenever I'm gaming or even just listening to music for that matter. Which is why in my suggestion for the price change, I had to knock these down by $50 because to me, audio quality is a match when you have all three of those, meaning you got your highs, your mids, and your lows. And I felt like if these are supposed to have studio grade drivers in them, it didn't really wow me for a $200 price tag like the Sony Inzone Buds did to me. Now, is the bass bad on the Pulse Explorers? No, I wouldn't say that the bass is bad. It's actually pretty decent, but the Inzone Buds, y'all, like it just gives you just that full level of just deep bass. Then I felt like that the planar magnetic drivers, you know, didn't really deliver on, in my opinion. So if you guys are asking the question, which one is best for you, then I would say this. If you guys like to play games with a lot of explosions, weapon firing, just loud bang noises and stuff like that, then I feel like the Sony Inzone Buds is gonna be the perfect one for you. But let's say you guys tend to play games that have a lot of speaking or just dialogue parts to it that carry the story, like Ghost of Tsushima or something like that, or even like a God of War, then I would say maybe the Pulse Explorers are most likely gonna be the best option for you. Hope that helps. Now, the next thing that we gotta talk about, and that is the microphones out of both of these and just how they sound. So right off the jump, let me just go ahead and get this out of the way. The microphone on both of these, they sound great. I've asked several people whenever I'm gaming and stuff like that, and everybody say the audio out of both of these, they sound good, no problem at all. But I know you guys want to know anyway, which one would I personally choose? And to me, I would have to give the crown to the Pulse Explorers because they got this whole AI enhanced noise rejection feature on these to remove any like background noise. Now, although these do also have some type of AI in it that's also helping remove background noise, but these here on the Pulse Explorers, let's say you guys, for example, you know, you the guy in your crew that always eating something when you guys are playing games, whether it's, you know, a Snickers bar or you eating, I don't know, some Skittles, or even you rumbling the potato chip bag. Well, the microphone that's on these is going to remove all of that type of noise from it and only focus on your voice and remove all unnecessary background noise, which is dope, and it works really well. Now, when it comes to these, if you guys are eating a bag of chips, they gonna hear it with these. These are more so gonna remove like ambient noises, like maybe a vent or something like that in your room where like the air vent or something like that is gonna remove that noise, but it's not gonna remove like you know, chewing or maybe a bag of chips or something like that. All right, now the next thing I wanna go ahead and talk about is the features out of both of these that might actually factor in your buying decision, and I have to give the edge here to the Inzone Buds. Now, let's go ahead and start off talking about these. To me, I love the touch control on these. It's so fluent, it's so easy to navigate and use. If you guys just go ahead, say I put these in my ears, right? And I go ahead and I just tap on the right one, that's gonna increase the volume. And then if I go ahead and press and hold on my left earbud here, that's gonna decrease the volume, and it works really well, man. Now, if you guys actually press and hold on the right earbud, that's gonna allow you guys to be able to mute your audio as well. If you guys tap on the left earbud, it's gonna go ahead and cycle between activating noise cancellation as well as the transparency mode that you guys can hear the room around you, so where you're not too immersed into your game where you can't be aware of your surroundings. Now, this is where I feel is a huge advantage over the Pulse Explorers, because these right here on the Pulse Explorers, these don't have active noise cancellation in them, which is another reason why I knocked $50 off of the price of these, which kind of was a huge turnoff for me, because if I'm spending $200, this is a feature that I would expect to be on a pair of $200 earbuds that I was able to get on the Sony Inzone Buds. So the fact that they didn't give us noise cancellation on these earbuds right here, I'm gonna be honest, it definitely kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Now, the other thing when it comes to features of the Inzone Buds here over the Pulse Explorers are the fact that you guys, if you are a PC gamer, then you get access to an app called the Inzone Hub, where you guys can actually change a bunch of EQ settings on there. You can mix your game as well as your chat audio in there, and just a bunch of other features that they got on there. Now, listen, I don't got a PC yet, but I do plan on, you know, diving into that world, you know, in 2024. If you guys are a PC company out there and you watching this video, hell, hit your boy up, NZXT. I see you over there doing your thing, baby. Now, although, man, Inzone Buds here have those features, the one thing that the Pulse Explorers have over the Inzone Buds is the fact that it can natively connect to your PlayStation Portal, which might be the nail in the coffin for some people that are out there. But I would say, if you guys are not leaving the house and you're normally gonna be playing your PlayStation Portal in your house, then I would say just use this dongle here, plug it right into your PS5. That's gonna be the wave, and it works well, man. I haven't had any issues doing that because, again, the Bluetooth range on here can go all throughout your house. Now, another thing both of these offer is gonna be that 3D audio technology, so you're gonna be able to hear your enemies all the way around you. Trust me, this has saved me many times in Call of Duty matches. Let me tell you, boy, because it gets real in them trenches. Now, one thing is, I don't like the placement on the Pulse Explorers of these volume rockers on here. I just feel like they're too small. I feel like it's not natural placement, and it just makes it really hard and tough to be able to control the volume without you having to readjust the fit in your ears, which is a whole nother topic that we getting ready to get into and talk about. But I do feel that if PlayStation would have actually just had a conversation with the Sony Electronics Inzone team, then I feel like if they could have added those touch features on the Pulse Explorers, then I feel like the Pulse Explorers definitely would have given us a whole lot more of a better experience than what we're getting right now on the Pulse Explorers when it comes to, you know, just some of the features. And speaking of better, right, let's go ahead and talk about the last thing before we actually get into my final thoughts, and that is which one out of these has the better fit and just fits more comfortable in your ears. Now, since all ears are not created equal, and I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole with y'all, but I found that the Sony Inzone Buds are just way easier and comfortable staying in my ears without me having to continuously adjust them like I do with my Pulse Explorers. Now, when when it comes to the Pulse Explorers, they do actually fit good into your ears when you guys figure out how to actually do it. I just tend to feel like that they slide out whenever I'm moving around or if I'm talking to the squad or something like that. Now, I do want to say, when you guys do put these Pulse Explorers into your ears, don't do what I did and have these upward like this, because this is not, you can see that they slide now, won't stay in. This is not the proper way of having these. The best way of having these is if you guys have them sideways and you have this part actually facing forward and not upward. So that is going to give you the best fit into your ears when it comes to these. And trust me, wearing them the right way is definitely gonna make a huge difference in audio quality that you're gonna get out of these. So don't be dumb like me and wear these bad boys the wrong way like I did. But for me, when it comes to just a better fit, I'm 100% gonna go with the Inzone Buds every single time. But remember, again, it's subjective based on your own ears. But listen, for me, the fit just ain't it when it comes to the Pulse Explorers. Great concept, I love the design of them, but as far as it just being functional, to me, it's just not the way. They both are comfortable, so there's no issues when it comes to that. Just one just won't stay in my ears, and I tell you now, these bad boys here be dancing, boy. They just won't sit still. So overall, man, which one of these are best, and who are these for, and which one should you guys buy? Now, I'm gonna answer that like this. If you guys are a PlayStation Portal user that likes the game on the go, then automatically the Inzone Buds here, these are gonna be ruled out and just not gonna be the ones for you, because obviously this won't connect with Bluetooth, so you won't be able to use that with your Portal outside of your home. But if you guys are a person that like to play high intense games that have a ton of explosions and you like to play in your house for the most part and you want better audio, then I would say go with the Sony Inzone Buds. But it's tough because at the same time, I also like the multi-connectivity option on the Pulse Explorers, because now whenever I'm gaming and my wife calls me or friends call me, I can answer the phone and still be gaming, mute my audio from the game if I'm in game chat or something like that, and then carry on a single conversation on my phone without my chat ever hearing it, which I think is dope and it's so clutch, y'all. But if it's based solely off of better audio quality, man, then 100% I'm going with the Sony Inzone Buds every single time. To me, these just sound so damn good and should not be overlooked. But let me know, man. I hope this video helped you guys make a better buying decision when it comes to both of these earbuds right here. I tried to put as much information as I possibly could into this video, and I hope I did, and I hope I helped. Now, if this video helped you in some way, form, or fashion, go ahead and hit that like button down below, and also leave me a comment to let me know and just say what's up. Also, man, if you're digging the vibe here on the channel, do me a favor, man, join the home team by clicking that subscribe button down below, because next year, man, I got some stuff planned early for my subscribers out there, man, in January. So highly recommend that you guys are subscribed to the channel. Plus, our goal is to hit that 200K subscriber mark by the end of next year, man. So I see y'all in the next one. Squad, we out.